We've been talking about this a lot lately. Imagine what it's going to be like when we start traveling again. What's it going to be like to be on a plane? Well, this morning we're taking the guesswork out of it for you because our travel expert, Loren Christie, flew to Montreal and got a first-hand look at what it's like, and he joins us this morning to share. Loren, that was brave work you did. A lot of people are holding their breath saying, I can't believe he did that. So let's get into it. Let's talk about some travel news this week. Tomorrow, WestJet, Air Canada are stopping their in-flight distancing measures. A lot of people are scratching their heads. Why now?
Well, actually, the easy answer to that is that it was only ever going to be a temporary fix, and they actually had Air Canada anyway as June 30th at the end date anyway. So it really shouldn't come as any surprise. Now, behind that, of course, there are reasons of financial viability if you're flying planes at reduced capacity. But it's also important to know that, they've been studying and working with other airlines around the world and different associations to develop protocols, and they're now taking what they call a layered safety approach, which includes the questionnaires that you fill out, the masks that you wear, more cleaning going on, the thermal scans. So they feel that they are ensuring people's safety, even if there isn't social distancing as they move forward.
Okay, well, let's move on to your personal experience. You flew to Montreal last week. What was it like? What were your initial impressions?
You know what? I was very aware of the health and safety protocols. You cannot escape it. There's signs everywhere, messaging everywhere. In the terminal, I saw at least 3 people cleaning off the check-in kiosks while I was there. There's markers everywhere for social distancing like we see in stores, but, at security and boarding. And I would say wandering around the airport, I think about 90% of people did have masks on. So I felt pretty confident about it.
Okay, what about the actual plane? You were given a kit when you boarded?
I was, yeah. So that's about the only thing you get on the plane these days is you get a little kit that has water, hand sanitizer, gloves, and a mask, and that was great. Everybody got that as they boarded on both ends, going to Montreal and coming back. And it's just very sort of quiet. They encourage you not to move around the cabin as much. So that was interesting. I did like the safety demonstration. It's a little COVID oriented now. So as the oxygen mask drops, remove your mask before you remove your mask. So those type of things, yeah. It feels a little different.
A question just occurred to me. What was the airport experience like once you got through security? We're used to having kiosks open and restaurants and places to sit. What was that experience like?
Well, no places for group sitting. That's discouraged. So that's taken away. And I think at this point, there was about half of the services open. But that just might be a factor of capacity. I suspect if people start traveling more and more, things will open. But there certainly were places to get food, which is an important thing. Because one thing you're going to find when you go on, there is no real meal service anymore. No hot meals, no hot drinks, limited cold food service, depending on what fare class you're in. So it's a very different experience as you wander through the terminal, for sure. That's
going to be a problem on long-haul flights. What should people think about if they're planning to fly? How should they prepare differently?
Well, think of this for sure. When you go through security and when you board, you do have a temperature check, and there's going to be full thermal screenings implemented at all the major airports coming soon across Canada. So if you're sick or feel unwell or have a fever, your trip is going to be over. So Don't go to the airport. So that's a big factor. One of the other things, was kind of interesting to me. They've now made an exception to the 100 milliliter limit on the screening. You can now bring a bigger bottle if it's hand sanitizer. 355 milliliters is the new rule there. And then again, as I said, once you get onto the plane, remember that there's going to be limited service, limited interaction, and you must wear a mask. So you have to have a mask on for the whole time. And when I was on the plane, everybody adhered to that rule.
Loren Christie, real quickly, one word answer. Did you feel safe?
I did.
Good to hear it. Loren, thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.